So, I'm Seth. I'm going to be sharing original songs with you tonight as soon as I get everything in place. And hello over there, too. So, I have like all these different windows I have to keep an eye out for. And let me just click this, because this is the one. If I misclick it, the whole thing goes away. Okay, that one worked. All right, I got to move some things around. This is really complicated. I know this is way too complicated. But it is, that's dumb. I'm not even going to say it is what it is. Because of course it is what it is. What else would it be if it's not it is, if it isn't what it isn't? Actually, I started the song with that title. I don't know if I'm going to finish it. I literally just started the song called It Isn't What It Isn't. But I don't know if I'm going to finish it. I don't know if I like it that much. We'll see. Jariah? Welcome, Jaria. The joke's on me. Oh no. Stasia, welcome. And thank you to everybody who's liking my live. So, So I'm Seth. I'm a songwriter. Wait a second. Oh, now it's, I shouldn't have done that. So yeah, I have this camera, this webcam, this high-tech webcam. Oh, and I forgot to turn on my cool light. Let's turn on the cool light. There we go. And I have AI tracking, but sometimes, see, if I move, the camera moves with me, but that might be a little distracting. So I'm going to turn this off because I don't really plan on moving around a lot. And I haven't even, oh, and thank you, my private, I can't read your whole name. So, I haven't even decided what to start with tonight. Why don't I start with an old favorite? It's not really that old. It's actually only a year old. Kyle, how are you? And if you're enjoying my live, don't forget to like, share, comment, and follow me if you're not already following me, or subscribe, whatever it's called, on wherever you are. So, well, this is not really the place to talk about that. I'm here to share music with you all. So, well, thank you for the subscription. You know, not for sale, but thanks. And Bertola, thank you for liking. And I actually paid more than that for this guitar, so forget it. Forget it, man. I'll sell the electric one, though. Because that's not worth that much. Sure, yeah. So, anyway, I'm going to do this song. All right, instead of overthinking it, I'm just going to start off with this song. You know, there's certain songs I feel like doing, but then somebody might show up later who wants to hear it, and then I will already played it, but let's not worry about that. Okay, here we go. I released this last summer, by the way. All the greatest paintings ever made would pale next to your angel face. Your heaven's greatest work of art, with the light in your eyes from a Rembrandt star. A night sky brushed with a silvery glow. You and me on a blanket below. I marvel at how beautiful you are, with the light in your eyes from a Rembrandt star. If I never see the moon again, if tomorrow never comes, I'll be fulfilled, I'll be content, 'cause you've taught me what it means to love. I'm the happiest man in all of creation. These moments with you are a revelation. I gaze at the window through your heart with the light in your eyes from a Rembrandt star. The morning's gonna come again, the sun is gonna rise, this picture perfect night will end, but this love of ours will never die. I take your hand and I kiss your lips. Your very presence is a gift. I could gaze at you till the heavens part, with the light in your eyes from a Rembrandt star. I could gaze at you till the heavens part, with the light in your eyes from a Rembrandt star. With the light in your eyes from a Rembrandt star. I am married. Yes, somebody said something about, I totally agree with that. Somebody did say something about something, and then somebody said something else. That is absolutely true. Is that about someone in specific? You know, different songs come about in different ways. This one actually, you know, the most common way of writing a song is to just start from a title and then figure out what it's about. This one actually came from the image of the star. You know, I did this tour of Europe when I finished grad school. It was in 1983. And, I saw all the tourist sites and all the museums. And of all the museums, the thing that blew me away the most was at the Rijksmuseum. I saw these Rembrandt paintings. And he does this thing. He's famous for this thing with light. I didn't realize that, before I saw that Rembrandt was famous for that. But the paintings just like, it looks like they're plugged into the wall and there's electricity going through them. It's like it's magic. And then all these years later, for some reason, I just was thinking about the Rembrandt paintings, and I just imagined this couple sitting outside on a summer evening with the star in the sky shining on her like a Rembrandt painting. So that's kind of where the idea came from, and I managed to turn it into a song. Coca-Cola. Well, that's good to hear. Good luck on your new single. I'm not sure my live is the place to promote your music, but who knows? Maybe we'll collaborate someday. And the MILF. Oh, thank you for the follow. And Avery, thank you for liking the live. And everybody who's enjoying my live, please don't forget to like, share, and follow. And, I have a live goal. Actually, the live goal is only on the one platform. I really don't want to say the names of platforms because I'm in multiple places, and, the AI could be listening in and penalizing me for mentioning the name of other platforms. Oh, Stella, thank you for the shares. Thank you so much. And everybody, if you're enjoying, did I say that already? Please share, follow, like, comment. And on that platform that starts with a T and is vertical, I have a live goal. And actually, there's a competition. It's called August Adventure. And for every one of those contributions to my live goal, I get points. I get points for the competition. So please support me if you can. And give me points. I want to get points. And if I get enough points, I don't know, something good happens. And I just got a notice, by the way. It says, my account has been given artist status. I have no idea what that means. I clicked on the thing and it didn't lead me to anything with any explanation. I don't know what it means, but it sounds like it's probably a good thing. So congratulations to me. Well, you know, maybe we'll do some networking. I don't know. Maybe I'll take a listen to your song, and if I like it, maybe we can collaborate. I haven't collaborated with anybody as an artist at all. And it's hard for me to even commit to a collaboration because I have, you know, long COVID, I have chronic fatigue, which makes it even hard to do these lives. My goal is to stay live for an hour. I don't know if I can even do songs for an hour. So it's actually good now that I'm chatting with you, because chatting takes less energy than performing. So if I can chat, I can go longer and maybe extend the songs. If I really want to be able to do songs for an hour, but I more about Rembrandt. Well, there's not that much more to say. You know, I was at the Rijksmuseum and I saw these, you know, the most famous painting is the Night Watch. So that was there with two other ones, and all of them had this like thing that he does with light, and it was just like, oh my God, I've never seen anything like this before. So, you know, I saw all the famous paintings, I saw the Mona Lisa and everything, but none of them really stuck out to me like, well, the Mona Lisa because it's famous, you know, and I went to Italy and saw the David, the statue and everything, and of course that's famous, so I remembered it, but none of the other artists blew me away. And I went to the Van Gogh Museum and I saw all his paintings, but it was Rembrandt, like, wow. If there's one painter that I just admire the most, it's him. So Linda, I'm a songwriter. I'm here sharing original songs with you. I hope you will hang around and hear some more of my original songs. Oh, thank you, Stella. Yes, I know, big thing. Oh, and please, if you're enjoying, please comment. Type in the comments. I think I actually get points for comments. At least on that platform, starting with T, the vertical platform. And it also tells the algorithm that you're engaged. So please comment. As well as like, share, and follow. Okay, so what song should I do next? Should I do, well, there's always my latest single. So my latest single has a totally different vibe from the one I just played. I guess I'll play it because it's my latest single, and you know, we should always do our latest singles because it's our latest single. So this is my latest single. I check my social media, scroll through the latest news, as I create amnesia of the job I need to do. It's been like this for me all day. My nerves are off the charts. I need to find the words to say, and I don't know where to start. So here I sit at my desk, big blank slate in my head, trying to get at it, trying not to panic, stuck inside this place I hate, wishing I could escape, 'cause I don't wanna face the fear of an empty page. And yes, Keith, you can download them. I'll tell you after I'm done. You'd think that with my history, I'd have a little trust in my own creativity. It feels like boom or bust. The problem is I'm making this about my self-esteem, when I need to be taking this into the world of dreams. So here I sit at my desk, big blank slate in my head, trying to get at it, trying not inside this place I hate. Just one way to escape. Gonna have to face the fear. Oh, I've messed that up. Of an empty page. I'm not supposed to admit that. I get my fingers moving. Just one line. Suddenly producing. And I'm fine. Emerging from this place I hate. Making one more great escape. All I had to do was face the fear of an empty page. All I had to do was face the fear of an empty page. So, Ketty, how are you? So I'm a songwriter. I'm here sharing original songs. I hope you'll hang out. That was my latest single. And so, Keith, yeah, you can download them actually at my website, SethHilaryJackson.com. And you don't even have to remember that because there should be a link in my profile that takes you, it says, well, depending on where you are, it either says Linktree or website, but it actually takes you to a link tree with my website, all my streaming platforms, all my social media, and a Discord. And there's even a support me link there. Since now, from Argentina, how are you? Jairo, is that right? I hate mispronouncing people's names. Thank you, Connor. I really appreciate the comment. And if you're enjoying my live, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and follow or subscribe, depending on where you are. And if you want to support me, that's even better. Oh, thank you, Linda. So I have another, I've been thinking of changing my artist name. And I really want to do it. Instead of Seth Hilary Jackson, I just want to go as Seth Hilary. And I went to upload my latest single to Spotify. And then I realized if I change my artist name, it's going to create a new account. So all my old songs will be under Seth Hilary Jackson, and all my Spotify followers, which not that there are that many of them, will be under my old name. And my new account will start with 0. And I'm not sure how much that matters, but at least I have like a couple of hundred monthly listeners, or 100 or so monthly listeners on Spotify. And if I start a new account, I'll be starting from 0. And then, I have to reserve a new domain name for my website, and I have to change all my usernames on all my platforms. So I am now I really want to change the name, but thank you, Sarah, for the follow. I don't know if it's worth all that. And thank you, Charlie, for the share. But anyway, I have a new single coming out. So I was going to upload this to my, to distributor. And then I ran into this problem. Now, oh man, if I'm going to upload it under the new artist name so I haven't uploaded it yet. So I haven't set a release date. But this is going to be my next single. And it goes like this. Waves of missing her keep rolling in. Her empty side of bed staring me down. I try to dry my eyes, but they fill up again. So I give in and let it all pour out. With every tear that falls, there goes one more drop of pain from deep inside the vault of a heart that loves in vain. But I'm feeling hints of healing, though each trickle might be small. I'm gaining strength with every tear that falls. At first I hit the bottle, but that didn't work. A rebound romance couldn't turn the tide. The one way to get through is just to feel the hurt. And bit by bit, I'm leaving her behind. With every tear that falls, there goes one more drop of pain from deep inside the vault of a heart that loves in vain. But I'm feeling hints of healing, though each trickle might be small. I'm gaining strength with every tear that falls. At least I've begun to learn I'm tough enough to be a little weak, to soften up with every tear that falls. There goes one more drop of pain from deep inside the vault of a heart that loves in vain. But I'm feeling hints of healing, though each trickle might be small. I'm gaining strength with every tear that falls. I'm feeling hints of healing, though each trickle might be small. I'm gaining strength with every tear that falls. I'm gaining strength with every tear that falls. Well, thank you so much, Kyla and Paper. Thank you so much. So that's going to be my next single once I figure out what to do with my artist name, whether I'm really going to change it. I don't know. I really want to, but just the whole... So every time I release a single under the old name, that makes it that much harder to change it to something new. Well, thank you, Chucky. It's always it says a lot when you impress the trolls. So I've impressed the troll. That's awesome. That made my day. Thank you so much, Louis. And wait, who? Linda, you're French? Je suis français. You know, I studied French in high school. I was actually the top student in my school, actually starting in 7th grade, and I was going to win the French award. Everybody thought I was going to win the French award, but I knew I wasn't going to win it because my teacher penalized me for not doing my homework. And when they announced the award, everybody, and now for the French award, like everybody looks in my direction, but I already knew it wasn't going to be me. And they picked somebody else, and everybody goes, what? But you know what? But I had my French teacher write my college recommendation for me because she said I was the best student she ever had. But I've forgotten almost all of my French because I never used it after I finished high school. Thank you, Chase. Private management. What kind of management do you do? Artist? So that's going to be my next single. You know, I have another unreleased. I have two other unreleased, 2 or 3. I don't know if I should do my unreleased ones or my released ones, because the released ones, you know, you can stream them and you can download them from my website. But the unreleased ones are unreleased. And then there are a lot of songs that are actually I haven't released them, and I'm not sure I'll get around to releasing them, but, you know, I spent many years as a songwriter writing pop and country songs, trying to get other artists to record them, and I have, like, these songwriter demos. I'm not playing on any of them. You know, I hired studio musicians and everything. And, you know, I forgot how to say, are you in France? Are you in France? I can't even remember how to say that in French. That's sad. That's so sad. So some of these pop and country songs, I've learned them and I perform them on my lives, but I don't have them online. I have them there. I actually have the artist demo. The songwriter demos are on Reverb Nation, but I don't have any versions of me doing these songs, except for one, because I released one of them as a single. Now, you know, I was going to play it, but I get a lot of requests for it. And I played it last time, and I've been playing a lot, so I'm going to wait to see if I get a request for it before I play it again. I'm going to play an unreleased. Here's another unreleased song. Sitting on the sofa, swiping right and left. One lonely night, darker than the next. An empty bed waiting for me. No ray of hope I could see. Then fast as a flash from the sky came the one who opened my eyes. Aurora is the light of my life. Her aura shines through the night. Like a burst from the stars, she brightens my heart. You can't know how much I adore her. My love overflows in the glow of Aurora. Hair is red as fire, eyes of emerald green, a heart of gold from out of a dream. She brings color to my world, makes the flame inside me burn. Aurora is the light of my life. Her aura shines through the night. Like a burst from the stars, she brightens my heart. You can't know how much I adore her. My love overflows in the glow of Aurora. A greater glare than a solar flare. She electrifies the air. Aurora is the light of my life. Her aura shines through the night. Like a burst from the stars, she brightens my heart. You can't know how much I adore her. My love overflows in the glow of Aurora. Like a burst from the stars, she brightens my heart. There's nothing I wouldn't do for her. My love overflows in the glow of Aurora. My love overflows in the glow of Aurora. So that is an unreleased song. I am working on recording it. I'm scheduled tomorrow to get feedback on my mix from a professional mix engineer. So I'm recording. Most of my releases are just DIY, do it yourself. I am recording everything at home, playing all the parts. Well, some of the stuff, like I have a drum program, so I use the program, the drum software, and I don't play keyboard, so I either have to find a MIDI loop or I have to create one myself. And the bass parts, kind of the same thing. It's really hard to find MIDI loop bass parts, so mostly I'm creating those by myself. I used to just play the bass part on the guitar, and then there's a software that converts the audio to MIDI, and so that I'd convert it to MIDI and then put a bass sound to it. But it turns out that conversion process really doesn't work well at all. And there's so much editing I have to do on the conversion process that I've recently just started using what they call the pencil editor in my audio software. There's a little pencil tool, and you can draw in each note individually, and it's really tedious, but it's sort of like it's really not that much less tedious, or it might be even less tedious than playing the bass part and then having to do all the editing, because it puts all these little stray notes in there, and it puts some of the notes in the wrong place, and it so it leaves out some notes, so I have to draw those in anyway. So Linda, en français, je suis français. I'm a songwriter, so I'm sharing original songs. I don't have any Prince songs to do for you. I can sometimes be talked into doing a Grateful Dead cover. That's the only exception, because I'm a big Deadhead. So that's such a big part of my life that I sometimes will do a Grateful Dead cover. But no Prince. Oh, thank you. I use Cubase. And the reason I use Cubase is I got my first computer back in like 1990 or 91, or maybe it was 92. I don't know. It was around there. And I wanted to use it for music. So I was actually in music school at the time. So I asked somebody, what should I do? And they said, get an Atari computer, because that's the best one for music. Well, it turned out the Apple was also good for music, but the Atari had a built-in MIDI interface, and I guess that's why they said it was good for music. And this was before there was such a thing as a DAW. It was just a MIDI sequencer. And Cubase was the MIDI sequencer. It was the only one for the Atari. So I got that, and then, I moved to the PC, and I already had Cubase. So I switched to, I kept using Cubase. And then they, the audio came around, and they just been updating it, and I just stayed with it. It pretty much has everything you could want. There's actually one feature that I don't know what took them so long. Logic had this feature for a long time, and it was like, why doesn't Cubase have this? And that's the ability to, I don't know if some of you won't know what I'm talking about, but to gain stage, there's something called clip gain. And on Cubase, you had to physically snip the track into many parts and then gain stage each part. Whereas on Logic, you could just draw in the region you wanted to change, and you could just do that. And finally, Cubase implemented that. So now it has everything I want. What are you laughing at, Linda? What's so funny? I hate when I'm not in on the joke. So I'm going to do a song that, this song is, well, it used to be the oldest song of mine that I would perform until recently. It was actually about a year ago. I came across this recording I had made of the very first song I ever wrote, and I thought, you know what? Most songwriters I know are, well, actually now I'm going to change my mind. I was going to do this other song, but now I'm talking about the first song I ever wrote. Most songwriters I know are ashamed of the first songs they wrote, but I heard mine, and it's still relevant to today. And I was proud enough of my first song ever, and I had this recording I'd made in the studio that I recorded a new vocal over the instrumental, and I released it as a single. The first song I ever wrote. I wrote this all the way back. So I'm going to play that for you. I was going to play this other song, but maybe I'll play that next. So the first song I ever wrote, I was actually a student. I was a business student. I was getting my MBA. I was at the Wharton School, believe it or not. And it was in my last semester. And, I had this older brother who was always the musician in the family. And he started writing songs when he was in high school. And I was so jealous. I always wanted to write songs, and I didn't think I could. I didn't have no idea how to write a song. And so I was talking to him on the phone, and he'd just written another song. And I was like, I wish I could write songs. And he goes, well, write one then. And I'm like, maybe I'll just write one. I had no idea how to write one. But then I took, these three chords, A, D, and E, and this groove, like really standard old rock groove. And I started with that, and I'm like, what am I going to write about? And it was my last semester in business school. My heart was totally, I went to business school for all the wrong reasons, and my heart was totally not into this. And it was the last semester, and it's like every conversation was like, how's your job search going? And, my job search, I was doing the job search, but my heart was totally not into it. But it was like, wow, this would make a great topic for a song. So that's what I wrote about. And here it is. Here's the very first song I ever wrote all the way back in 1983. No, 84, I guess I wrote this. No, 83 is when I graduated. I packed my bags and I went off to school. It cost a lot of money, but I am no fool, 'cause everybody knows that you need an education to find a good career and wealth accumulation. Now I'm graduating and I'm looking for work. Nobody wants to hire me, I feel like a jerk. Nicole, I'm looking and I'm searching, all I get is bad news. I'll tell you what it is, I got the job search blues. Good to see you, Nicole. I show up for the interview, I walk up to the desk. I give my name, receptionist types it in and says, the boss will be here shortly. Make yourself at home, relax and have a seat while I call him on the phone. Instead I'm getting nervous, attention it's a mountain. My palms are getting sweaty, my pulse rate it's a counting. I'm looking for rewards, but I'm paying my dues. I'm headed for another round of job search blues. A man comes down the hall, he shakes my hand. I hope he likes my grip, I hope he likes the way I stand. We go up to his office, I sit down in a chair, answer a few questions, then he gives me a stare. He says, I'm sorry, but you're not the one we're looking for. It's been nice meeting you, let me show you to the door. I don't know what went wrong, I'm still looking for clues. There's just no escaping from the job search blues. I get back home, there's a letter for me. The envelope said that it's from the company I spoke to last week, and I thought I had a chance, so I opened it up. It said, Dear applicant, we enjoyed meeting you. Thanks for taking the time to come here and see us. We think that you're fine. It's just that, well, you see, there's a lot of competition, and we've hired someone else to fill the position. I fold the letter up, I add it to the pile with all the other dings I've been saving all the while. I think about my friends who were making 50 grand, and I'm a-sitting here without an offer in hand. I guess I should be busy looking through recruiting sites to find some more positions to which I can apply. But something deep inside me says I won't be amused. I expect another dose of the job search blues. Why is it, I just noticed my app here says viewers hidden. Oh, there it is. I just clicked it and they became unhidden. Okay. So, anyway, those just joining, I'm Seth Hilary Jackson, thinking of changing my name to Seth Hilary, but then realizing how much of a hassle it is to change my name, and I'd lose all my Spotify followers, and I don't know. I just don't know if I want to go through with it at this point. So I was talking about this other song. So I wrote this in 1990, and for a long time, this was like the oldest song. The furthest back that I would perform in my lives until I found that one and recorded it. And then recently after that, I found two other old ones that I sometimes play. This is a true story. Well, it's not really a story song, but it's a real situation about a real person whose name is the title of the song. And I feel like I'm doing this song because I've been posting some videos with it lately. So I might as well perform it, right? Try to picture her. Her hair like a veil of gold. There aren't any words. Her face like a tale untold. There's a hunger we share, and she gives me a stare with eyes that could melt the cold. I can see paradise When her flames turn to ice, she locks up her soul. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, a vision in the night. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, you are the morning light. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, I've got you in my sight, but I cannot take you, cannot break you, cannot shake you, and I can't stand back no more. Try to picture her. Her heart wears a coat of steel. Woman of the world, a mask that can seem so real. I can see in her eyes, underneath her disguise, the fear of a lonely child, afraid of a part deep down in her heart that wants to run wild. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, you're crying deep inside. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, and so you run and hide. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, together we could fly, but I cannot find you, cannot find you, can't unwind you, and I can't stand back no more. Many years ago, they taught you to be oh so strong. You built a wall of stone, and you brought your pain alone too long. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, why don't you take my hand? Gabrielle, Gabrielle, I'm the one who understands. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, your wish is my command, but you won't receive me, won't believe me, won't deceive me, and I can't stand back no more. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, oh, echoes from the dark. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, still tearing you apart. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, it's not too late to start, but I cannot bend you, cannot mend you, can't defend you, and I can't stand back no more. I cannot find you, cannot bind you, can't unwind you, and I can't stand back no more. I cannot take you, cannot break you, cannot shake you, and I can't stand back no more. Who's Gabrielle? Well, she was a person. she was a woman. She, you know, and it was really weird. We were attracted to each other, and we told each other so, and then we started avoiding each other because of anxiety or whatever, you know. It just was crazy. And then I wrote the song and I played it for her, and she kissed me, and then I never really talked to her again after that. So, but the good news is, like, a few days after the last time I saw Gabrielle, I met somebody else, and we're still together. And I have a song about that, actually. You know, it was pretty unlikely circumstances where we met, because we were both thousands of miles from our respective homes. I know, Nicole. Isn't that amazing? And we're still together. So I'm going to play the song. It's a celebration of our relationship that, you know, started under unlikely circumstances, went through some rough times, and stayed together through all of that. I really like the song. It's also fun to sing. So I hope you will also like it. Even though we came from such different worlds, at that one single time and place on earth, there we were. Now somehow when so many years have flown. Look around at this place that we call home. Here we are, day after day after day, page after calendar page. Nothing could stand in our way. We're joined at the heart. We could have drifted apart anywhere under the stars, but of all places we both could be, here we are. Through those times when it all seemed way too much, and it felt like both of us had enough, still here we are. Cry or laugh at the things we did back then, still it all comes down to this in the end. Here we are, day after day after day, page after calendar page. Nothing could stand in our way. We're joined at the heart. We could have drifted apart anywhere under the stars, but of all places we both could be, here we are. Day after day after day, page after calendar page. Nothing could stand in our way. We're joined at the heart. We could have drifted apart anywhere under the stars, but of all places we both could be, here we are. Here we are. Of all places we both could be, here we are. Just getting older change your singing voice, probably. I found this one recording. So when I was, I was writing songs as just a non-performing songwriter for so many years. When I first started out, I was going to Nashville, Tennessee, where that's the songwriting capital of America. So I started learning to write country songs. And there's this the famous Bluebird Cafe. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's famous. There's a movie about songwriters in Nashville called The Thing Called Love, starring Winona Ryder and it has River Phoenix and all these people. And a big subplot of the story, it revolves around the Bluebird. So there's this Sunday night, writer's night, that you have to audition for. And I was accepted to their Sunday night writer's night. And apparently they recorded it and gave me a copy of the tape. I totally had forgotten that. But I recently came across this recording of me singing at the Bluebird. And I listened to it and I thought, yeah, my voice sounds different than it sounds. I really like the way it sounds. I feel like it sounds better than, I shouldn't say that, but I'm like, wow, my voice sounded really great when I sang at the Bluebird that night in 1993 or something like that, or 94 or something. So anyway, that was a song I wrote about my wife and me. The Bluebird, it's fun, but at the same time, you feel like you're auditioning for the industry. You're always hoping that there's going to be some record label or publisher in the audience and they're going to discover you, which probably doesn't happen because actually that writer's night draws a lot of tourists from out of town, and I don't know how many industry people really go to it. I mean, they might because at least they know that people have to audition to be in that writer's night. But the thing is, there's so many, well, especially now. Back then there weren't as many, but there are so many places in Nashville where writers go to, show up their music, and writers are always trying to get to see the publishers. They're always banging down the doors. So the publishers don't really have to go out to discover writers, because the writers who are really like amazing and hot, word gets out and there's a buzz starts happening. And I wonder how much of a buzz I had. I mean, I used to get to meet with a lot of publishers. I had some real opportunities actually that didn't work out, and a lot of them are, there's a lot of luck in the music business, but some of the things that didn't work out were my fault. Because I just, my fear of rejection really got in the way a lot. I probably would have been a successful hit songwriter by now, but I just let these fears just get to me. And it kind of sabotaged. I self-sabotaged as a songwriter, but oh well. Too late now. I'm still pitching songs, but not so often. I'm a member of this site that gives me like one free song pitch a month, and it's hard to find songs to, opportunities to pitch to, because I haven't made a song demo since 2016. Probably was the last time I wrote a song and recorded it for an artist. So the industry, they're the kind of songs they're looking for now, are not the kind of songs that I have recorded. But occasionally you get somebody who's looking for like a 90s style country song, and I have plenty of those, So I sometimes pitch those. Anime. Well, this is not anime. Hey, Linda, how are you? Are you still in France? Are you in France? Are you somewhere else? This is a big world, By the way, I'm Seth. I'm a songwriter. Those of you just joining, I'm sharing original songs with you. If you're enjoying my life, please don't forget to like, share, follow, and leave comments in the chat. And if you want to contribute, I have a live goal, at least on some of the platforms. So if you want to support me, that'd be totally awesome. On the other platforms, there should be a link, a support me link, or whatever it says. Show me some love or leave me a tip or something. It says, I forget what it says. But please, that would be so awesome. Okay, I can do maybe a couple more songs because I have chronic fatigue. I have long COVID, and I actually have a song about having long COVID. Should I do that one? I don't do that one so often. I always feel like nobody wants to hear about my chronic fatigue. But then when I play it, a lot of people seem to really like it. So, I'm going to play it because I'm talking about it, so I might as well play it, right? So, it was really hard to write a song about long COVID. All right, I'm going to play it. It was really hard to write it because, what am I going to say? First of all, the word COVID, it's like, that's not a good word for a song. I mean, I guess if it was like a fast song and I just da-da-da-da COVID, da-da-da-da-da, but this isn't going to be a fast song. And it's just like not a real singable word. So I'm like, what else can I say? It's a virus? No, virus is even worse than COVID. But, fortunately, well, I don't know if this is fortunate, but long COVID is also known as long haul COVID. So that gave me the title for the song. And it was a challenge to write it without using either of those words, but I did. And here it is. Just want my head on a pillow, my body flat out on a bed, the afternoon sun through my window. I'm tired of feeling half dead. I thought it would pass like a cold or a flu. Can't believe the nightmare this has turned into. It's a long haul, an uphill marathon with a lead ball. I have to drag along like an endless climb, a daily grind with all the strength I can find. It's a long I truly hate the whole notion of learning to live like this. I'm gonna have to keep hoping someday the fog will lift. If you know how I feel when you're not in this alone, you got someone who cares, someone who knows. It's a long haul, an uphill marathon with a lead ball. I have to drag along like an endless climb, a daily grind with all the strength I can find. It's a long haul, one small step at a time. I wish more people were aware there's real danger in the air, and it's a long haul, one small step at a time. I don't know if you're just trolling, but I'm going to look and see if there really is something in my teeth. Is there? I don't know. I don't know. Probably not. But if there was, you know, I guess thanks for the heads up. You know, I know a songwriter named James Stanley, but his name is James Lee Stanley. And he's actually a good guy. So that's maybe different from... No, I shouldn't troll the trolls. That's not... So that was my song about long COVID, which did not use the word COVID. So it's like, when I write a song about something like this, I don't want to just have it be this complaint. So, I'm hoping the fog will lift. And I tried to make it for other people who are going through the same thing, to give them some validation and support. So I always try to put something positive into the songs, even if they're about negative things. Because I like to write songs about my struggles. So let's see, if I'm going to do one more song, what should it be? I wish Eddie were here. There's a guy, his name's Eddie, and I've written a couple of songs with him. And sometimes he comes to my live. And last time he came to my live, I was just finished doing songs, and he came on, and there's a song we wrote together recently, and he wanted me to play it, but I was done playing songs, and I don't want to. There's part of this long COVID. There's chronic fatigue. There's something called post-exertional malaise. Or maybe I shouldn't really play any more songs. Maybe that should be the last song of the night. But I just want to play. But because if I do too much, the fatigue gets worse. And I think I had that. I might still have it. I had a couple of weeks where I couldn't make it an hour. I tried to go live for at least an hour. I try to do songs for the whole hour, and we almost made it tonight, probably because I put a lot of chatting in. But I couldn't even go like more than a half an hour for a couple of times in the last few weeks. But the last time and this time, it's now a few more seconds to an hour. It'll be 1 hour. It says 59 minutes and 48, 49, 50. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. We made it an hour. Oh, and thank you so much, Fire, for the rose. I really appreciate you so much. And anybody enjoying my live, I'm Seth, I'm a songwriter. Please like, share, comment, follow. And any other support you want to give me is totally appreciated. So I don't know. I don't know if I should do another song. If it's bad for my health to do another song. So, I have this song called Dumb and Dumber. And it's an old song, and I recorded it and released it because I was getting a lot of requests for it. I started performing in my lives and people started requesting it. So I sent out this announcement. Emiliano, hey, how are you? Great to see you. So I recorded it and released it, and I sent out the announcement. And a few days later, Eddie saw the announcement, and then he sends me this idea. I never asked him this, but I'm assuming that my announcement of Dumb and Dumber must have given him this other idea, because he sent me an idea called Dumb and Famous. So we ended up finishing the song, and we got another writer involved. So there's 3 writers on this song, and Eddie popped into my last live and said, please play Dumb and Famous, and I was already done playing songs, but I really like this song. So I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to play it for you. Do I have the right? I haven't played this in a while. I gotta remember how it goes. Okay. Goes like this, I think. She looked at me and said, you ain't the sharpest in the shed. Told me that I won't amount to spit. Wait, this is right. Told me that I won't amount to spit. No, spit. Okay. She looked at me and said, you ain't the sharpest in the shed. That's it. Told me that I won't amount to spit. When she walked out the door, she made her bed. She's gonna eat those words, count on it. So let her call me not so bright. I'll be up on stage tonight. Crowd clapping along like it's contagious. With my name on the marquee, she can think of me as the one who's dumb and famous. You know it may be true, I didn't do real great in school, but my low grades didn't mean I failed. I had other things I needed to do, like studying my picking and my scales. So let her call me not so bright. I'll be up on stage tonight. Crowd dancing along like it's contagious. With my name on the marquee, she can think of me as the one who's dumb and famous. When she's watching on TV while I work it, having fun, maybe she might start to see which one of us is dumb. So let her call me not so bright. I'll be up on stage tonight. Crowd singing along like it's contagious. With my name on the marquee, she can think of me as the one who's dumb and famous. With my name on the marquee, she can think of me as the one who's dumb and famous. So that's still a pretty new song. I wish Eddie were here to listen and hear it, but he's not. But I played it anyway. So for those of you who have just joined, I'm Seth. I'm a songwriter. I have been performing original songs for you all. And if you are enjoying my live, please don't forget to like, share, follow if you're not following me, or subscribe, depending on which platform you're on. And any other support you want to send me is totally appreciated. And you can also stream or download my music. Not that song, that one has not been released, but most of the songs I played tonight have been released, and you can get them on my website. So actually, there is a link. For some of you, there's actually a link right there on your screen that you can click to go to my website. And all my other platforms, my streaming platforms, my social media, everything. But for the rest of you, there's a link in my bio that'll take you there, in my profile. And on my website, you can not only stream and download my music, I also have artist merch you can get. And you can sign up for my Seth Ed newsletter and all the other sorts of things. You can read my bio. I got some pictures there. So all the things you can expect from an artist website. Hello, are you James or are you calling me James? What the hell is what? Are you talking to me or are you talking to the guy who just wrote hello, James? So, Emiliano, you like that song? Oh, it says you joined, but you were already here. I know, it does that sometimes. Oh, good, I'm glad. Yeah, so I played, I have some new stuff that I played tonight. I played several songs that have not been released yet. I mentioned earlier, I really want to change my name from, Seth Hilary Jackson to just Seth Hilary. And I started to upload my next single onto my distributor, and it asked me the name of the artist, so I put Seth Hilary, and it said, "You don't have an account with Seth Hilary. Do you want to create one?" And then it gave me this warning that all my existing songs will be under my old name, and it'll start a new account with my new name, so I can't just change the name. That's really annoying. But then I thought, well, what the heck? But then I realized, also, all my followers on Spotify will still be on the old account. And I'll start with 0 followers and 0 monthly listeners. Like, I don't know if it matters. I mean, Spotify doesn't pay me anything. But at least there are some people, the followers, at least some people get to hear my new songs. The algorithm gives me, there's something called release radar. So people who are following me, they get notified of my new releases. So I got a couple of thousand followers. And if I start a new account, I start with 0 followers. So, I don't know. I just don't know. If it's worth it. Soup. Soup is here. No soup for you. But soup for us, because soup is here. So I don't know if you've noticed, Emiliano, last summer, there were hundreds of people watching at a time. And I don't know, that kind of, now I got a co-host invite on this other app. Let's see what happens if I say yes. Uh-oh. Hi, this is kind of weird because I'm streaming in multiple places at once. So, I was invited to battle. Okay, well, nothing's happening. I'm trying to accept the battle and it's not letting me. All right. Sorry, it won't let me battle. I should probably end this because... Now, how do we stop this? It's not letting me battle. So, I don't know if you can all hear this. I have this other... I have my phone. I'm streaming on my phone on this other app. And somebody invited me to co-host. And I clicked accept. So now you can hear this music. And he asked me to battle. And I just left the stream. Oh no! Never mind. My camera is off. Oh, now my stream is back. It's called favorited. You know, that was like when the TikTok ban was about to happen. It's like my live agency said, "Okay, don't worry, we got an alternative in case TikTok goes away," and they directed us to this app. It's a weird app. It's like only streaming, and you go on there, and it's like I don't understand why anybody even wants to watch it. It's just like a bunch of people hanging out, and then a lot of them are like co-hosting and battling, and they're just like a bunch of people chatting, and most of them aren't doing anything. So I decided, well, I might as well just go live on that app while I'm here. It doesn't cost me anything. So I have my phone, and if anybody comes by and wants to watch me perform, they're welcome to. Tara, hey, how are you? So I don't know. I'm still like, so I figured, let's see what happens. I might as well just stream there while I'm streaming everywhere else, and can't hurt anything, right? If I can get a following there, that'd be awesome. But I don't know what happened with TikTok. I was having like tremendous growth there, and then it just kind of went away, and I don't know why. I really don't. I have no idea. I'm not doing anything different, but suddenly the app doesn't like me anymore. People stop clicking on the lives. It's like, I don't know why. Maybe you know. Is this different? Is this any different from what it was like last summer? I can't see any different. Well, I got this cool light that I have now, but I've tried it with and without the light, and it doesn't seem to make any difference. I hope you like my cool light that you can see in the background changing colors. See, here's the light. I'm turning the light off now. And now I'll turn it back on. So you can see that, right? So what have you been up to, Emiliano? You know, I have a friend. So I go to this, I have this weekly songwriters group. We meet by Zoom. And last week, this past Friday, it meets on Friday evenings. This past Friday, one of the writers, and she's also a good singer, brought in a song, believe it or not, she brought in a song called Emiliano. And I'm looking down here because that's where your name is. I should be looking up at the camera. I have this habit. I'm looking at the text. And she wrote a song called Emiliano. And she told us that she was at a restaurant. It was like, I guess, an Italian restaurant. And her waiter was named Emiliano. And she heard the name and she thought, that is the most musical name I've ever heard. So she wrote the song. And it's really beautiful. It's a really beautiful melody. So I hope you are happy to know that your name is musical. It's the most musical name my friend has ever heard. So hopefully she'll be famous someday. I don't know. She's not really pushing herself as an artist, even though she's a very good singer. She's a really great songwriter. If if I had a copy of the song, I would send it to you, but I don't. I think she still is. It wasn't finished. It needed a little, it needed some changes. Sometimes people make the changes and bring the song back, and we can hear their rewrite. So I don't know if she'll do that on Friday. Actually, this was 2 weeks ago because this past Friday she was sick, so she wasn't there this past. So this was 2 Fridays ago. She brought in that song. So I don't know if she'll have a new song or she'll bring in her rewrite of Emiliano. So as much as I want to play more songs, I don't want to get post-exertional malaise with my chronic fatigue. So I'll be back. I'm doing this Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, 9 o'clock New York time. And I try to go an hour. And I try to do songs for an hour. Sometimes I go over. Sometimes I don't make it for an hour. But I usually keep the live going for an hour, and sometimes I'll have to stop the songs after 45 minutes, and then I'll just hang around and chat for 15 minutes, like I'm doing now. But anyway, everybody who has been here, thank you so much. Oh, wait, I just messed up my screen. I just lost all my windows on my screen and everything. I can't see any of the chats anymore. How can we fix that? Okay, now we're back. We're back to where we should be. Hey, Doodle. There's always a couple of haters. Actually, earlier tonight, Bradford, hey. I was just about to end the live. But thanks for being here. I played Aurora earlier. I played my unreleased songs. I was just talking. So I was just remember the song Cece brought in the other day called Emiliano. I have a follower, a fan on my other platform named Emiliano, and he's here right now. So I told him about the song, and I hope Cece brings in a rewrite next Friday. Thank you, Doodle. I really appreciate you. And you know what? Actually, there was a guy came on here earlier who came in. He was a troll, and this made my day because this doesn't happen so often. But the guy came in and he made some troll comment, and then a minute or so later, he said, even as a troll, I have to admit you're pretty talented. How often does that happen? Really, I got a compliment from the troll. So, I don't know why people come on to somebody's live and they troll and say nasty things. What do they get out of that? Like, I guess they have personality disorders or something, and they feel the need to feel important or something. But it's just so weird that people would do that. But they do. So anyway, I will be back, hopefully, if all goes to plan. I'll be back Thursday, 9 p.m. New York time. And then Sunday, again, 9 p.m. New York time. And I try to go for an hour. Well, that's a thought. I haven't been writing that many songs. It's like, what am I going to write about? I actually started the song yesterday, and I don't know if I'm going to finish it. It's just like, I don't know. We'll see. I know you write so many songs, Bradford. I'm so envious of how you could just write songs as quickly as you do. For me, although recently a few of my songs came out really fast, like the shower song. That one I wrote in 10 minutes. And Rembrandt Star, I don't know if you remember that one. I wrote that one in like half an hour. But often songs are a real project, and they take days or weeks or months. sometimes, or years even. So, to really commit to writing a song sometimes, especially with this fatigue now, but it feels good when I have finished the song and it turns out good. I'm like, wow, it's still amazing that I can do that and it turned out good. Well, I not write a lot. The last song I wrote, what did I write? It was Aurora was the last one I wrote, and that was like, I finished that one like 3 weeks ago. So, the other day, it's like, God, I should write something. So I started this other song, and I don't know if I love it. It's just like a wordplay sort of title, and I'm not sure what it's going to say. I mean, well, not like I have a choice, But yeah, it's like, I'm doing these lives. I always have to, rest before I live, and then I have to rest after I live. So anyway, I'm going to be back Thursday, 9 o'clock, New York time. I already did my last song. I just don't want to get post-exertional malaise. I have not done that one tonight. So Thursday, 9 o'clock, from 9 to 10. I'll see you then.